My dear collective, welcome to another reading. The go-to song for today's reading is "Love of My Life" by Taylor Swift, and she's a Sagittarius. Okay, so I'm just googling Sagittarius characteristics because it could apply for anyone that's watching. Okay, they are optimistic, fun, loving, honest, freedom-loving, very deep, have a passion for adventure, knowledge, and traveling. Okay? You or them, whether you're Sag or not. I'm doing a new thing instead of putting it on a specific sign. We're gonna go with characteristics. Okay? Personally, because I've dealt with some Sages in my life. Love you guys. Um, Sagittarius has dark humor. Okay? They have dark humor and they're a bit like odd. I feel like they're like the sister sign of an Aquarius, but they have a little bit more of a. They will not come out unless they want to. Okay, like you barely see an Aquarius, but when you see a Saggy, it's because they want to be seen. Okay, um, they're very selective of who is in their circle. Um, Like it takes a lot to hang and get a Sagittarius. Like you have to be on their same level. They get easily irritated, um, easily annoyed. It's because I do feel like they have the perception of they know more than the rest of the Earth, humanity. Okay. But I love me some Sag, fellow fire sign. Yeah, they have a crazy streak to them, but they're very deep. That's the thing, though. Like they're so out of the norm, out of the box. If you don't get them, you will never get them. Okay, so that's how I feel like a Sag operates in my life personally. Okay, but we just read the characteristics on Google. I say this to say I've done a past reading when it comes to the song in itself, "Love of My Life." It will be linked in the description box. And what else? I got the song on the 1st of September. Now, something about July month is relevant, so we're gonna add some cards to it. Okay, this is like my fifth reading. Though I'm spacing all my readings out to do like every 3 hours and lately every other day instead of like multiples a day. It's still heavy. Okay, I don't know why I don't like just wait until that specific day, but hey, overachiever is given ADHD, ADD, but here we are. So based on the cards, in terms of July month, this is relevant, okay? You could have found your Sagittarius or your soulmate in question, the person that is very, nobody gets their humor like you, adventurous, traveling, one of a kind type of individual, one of a kind of love, very passionate, very full of chemistry, very loving, and just crazy fun, you know? Now, that's July, okay? What happened in September? Because somehow, some way, a shift took place from being passionate, loving, just crazy in love with your person. And now in September, things have shifted. We got the Six of Clubs, which is my go-to symbolism for doing too much, okay? Overindulging, being too much, being excessive, okay? I don't know if it's with habits or mannerisms or behavior, but you could have gone from very intensity, passionate with your person, and then now in September somebody doesn't like the version of you anymore. Your jokes is not funny anymore. It was funny in July, but it's not funny in September. Okay, so I feel like somebody's over it because somebody felt that something is just being too much. Somebody's overdoing it. Okay. For some reason, if you're a saggy female, now, yes, I'm into pop culture, specifically the Love Island era of it all, and even Taylor Swift in the equation. A lot of saggy women get shitted on a lot. Okay, Taylor Swift was always like mockery in terms of the entertainment business. Janae Craig, she was on Love Island. She was freaking used for an entire year. Nicki Minaj always get hated on, and they have like the biggest personality. They stand out, you know. They're really authentically themselves, but somehow the world has a hard time accepting them. And when they find people that rock with them, they seem to be betrayed. Okay, like I said before, you really need to get the humor, the essence of the sage, if we're gonna base it on the zodiac sign, or else it's gonna be very difficult. For some reason, I feel like this is symbolic. If you're feminine watching for feminine, they kind of viewed the person that they were with too much. They loved it in the beginning, but somehow they couldn't handle it. I feel like they couldn't handle the essence of this person, especially if it's a Sag woman or a female. It's giving very much like the feminine knows who they are and they will never change. You came in and accepted them, or vice versa. They came in and accepted you, you know, and now somebody feels overwhelmed. So I don't know. It's giving very much like, I like you when you are. I like you because you're in your power. You know, you're this boss. You're standing in your energy, but they don't like it when it might overshadow you. So if you're a Sagittarius or a feminine here, you might be one of those boss bitches, and whoever you're dealing with that was loving you in July month, now they're intimidated. That's the energy I'm getting. Okay. Now, obviously, it doesn't have to be a Sag film, but I feel like the relevance will make sense. Anything else for those who are watching the reading? I feel like they all will be in regret. All of them. Especially if you're feminine here and you thought you had this thing with this person and now they don't want to deal with you because they feel like you were too much. All of them will regret when they left you, used you, because they always come back. It's the case of the ex, you know. But somehow Saggy stays on their mind, okay? Based on the cards here, we got I like you. Okay, so zodiac signs aside, whoever's watching this reading, the person you're thinking of dealing with, the reason why for this song, this reading, is because they like you. This person here, in this present time in September, they really like you. They want to date you. They want to have fun. Okay, they're into you. They like you. They have feelings for you. Okay, this is why. They like you. It's coming out again. They really like you. Okay, they have feelings for you. Like I said, want to flirt with you, date you, all that. That's the reason for the song. They might even picture the future with you. The song says, "Love of my life." Okay, so now I will say for all fire signs, they move at the speed of light. Okay, even the slowest one, and delusional is not a stranger to a fire sign. So just be a little bit, conscious. Anything else for those that are watching this reading? Love of my life. This person likes you. They want to date you. They see the future with you. Okay, they really, really like you. Okay, it's giving in their end, in their head, you're the love of their life. Okay. For some, I guess you could have started off as friends. Okay? So it's going friends to lovers. For some of you guys, you could have healed something when it came to this person. Okay? For others, you help them believe in love again. There we go. Okay? Whether you're watching for male or female, they like you. Now, obviously, the song is sung by a feminine. Okay? So, but whatever makes sense. Male, female, the person likes you. If it resonates, take it to heart. Whatever I say, if it makes sense to you, it will make sense. Okay? We don't force anything on here. I don't know. I feel like being repetitive again, but anyways, July 3rd or in July, passion was 10-10, but then somebody felt overwhelmed, and now they don't want to deal with you. Okay. For the rest of you guys, it's new people that you are into. Nothing has been established, but they're very much like, I like you. They like you a lot. Okay. Whoever you dealt with in July, they are feeling overwhelmed now because your characteristics seems to be too much, but it wasn't too much a month ago or 2 months ago or a year ago. Okay. Half of you guys dealing with new people, half of you guys, or even, I wouldn't even say half, some is dealing with people from the past. So should you take back the people from your past? Let's pull a card on that. Past people you're watching for, you're wondering if they're like, how are they feeling for the person that left you? Or even if you guys mutually ended things, how are they feeling? So they are very protective over you. They do care. How are they feeling for the person if they left collective or they broke up? They feel like you have a connection. They feel like it's bigger than the physical. So reincarnation could be relevant, a spiritual connection, a connection that was probably one of the most deepest love if they were to compare with the other ones. Okay? The thing is, they would never admit that. I feel like a lot of you guys dealt with people that were shallow. Okay? But that's the thing though. I feel like, not to be biased, but going back to the fire sign situation, they cannot say that your relationship didn't impact them. Even if they were overwhelmed, felt like you were too much, you made such an impact in their life, okay? Whereas they will carry those lessons throughout until they die, okay? And I also feel like you gave them a love, whereas like, again, going to deal with other people, it can't compare, especially if you're a fire sign, okay? Especially if you are a Sag, okay? It doesn't have to be, but you get what I'm trying to say here, okay? Because I do feel like it's a case of what they feel like is overwhelming and is too much. You gave them unconditional love. Maybe they weren't used to it, Maybe they weren't used to being loved and hard and deep, and that's what you did. And they couldn't handle it, okay? They couldn't keep up. But I say this to say, for the new peoples, they really like you, and we're gonna focus on that. My question is, almost skimmed through it, but like, taking back the people from your past that now feels like you're too much, but it wasn't too much like a year ago, 2 months ago, in July. No. Personally, I would say no, because why do you want to go back to dealing with an ex that didn't appreciate you? No. But I do feel like for some of you guys, you still have feelings for the person. Let's do an advice card. I don't have like, let's do it. If they go back to their ex or that past person, then I feel like they're too much. What are their cards? So there are 2 cards that flew out, and it's this one. So you guys will get back together again, but I also feel like you will end things again. I don't know who, but that's for some of you guys. It would be a breakup, makeup situation. For some of you guys, you will actually be in this energy. So they felt it was too much. Maybe they needed a month, a year, or a few months to kind of like realize the importance of you. And when they understand, because again, your love will always be an impact in their life. Together or apart, they're coming back to propose to you. They're coming back to make this long term. For some of you guys, the reconciliation, if you're open to it, because I do feel like a lot of you guys do have feelings for that past person, for that ex, you will come back together, but there will also be an ending. This will not be a let's put a ring on it, okay? That's for the past people, that's for the exes, okay? But for the new people, let's move on. I digress. Do what you want, okay? Because I do feel like for a lot of you guys, there's gonna be a reconciliation, and you will be open to like, let's see what's up, okay? Just don't let anyone play on your time and your energy, okay? But for the new people that really, really like you, collective, let's pull some cards, you know? So this person here could be, a little bit frustrated, but I feel like they're going to get clarity. They could suffer from jealousy, self-sabotaging, ego, or frustration, whether just easily triggered, or I don't know, sexual frustration. But I feel like with you, they're learning patience, okay? So that's good. Whoever's in this energy of always being triggered a lot, you or them, you guys are learning and teaching each other and valuing the relationship and doing it right, okay? Whatever right means. So that's good. Anything else, collective? We got this card here. So if there are any obstacles, you guys will overcome it. But I feel like depending who you are in the situation with your person, it's going to be a little bit tricky. Because for some of you guys, there is a lot of baggage that somebody has. I don't know what the baggage is, but it's a lot to overcome, okay? We got this one here. Maybe I feel like somebody was contemplating on leaving or running away because that's what they're used to. That's what they're used to. But again, they're learning to change their perception when it comes to love and loving you or liking you, okay? So you're teaching a runner, somebody doesn't like commitment, to love accordingly, right? Okay. Either they're teaching you or you're teaching them, okay? Like I said before, zodiac signs aside, your love is very impactful, okay? Or their love is very impactful when it comes to you. So on that note, with the English being weird of it all, we're about to wrap it up. We're gonna do the obstacles is basically not listening to your person and not communicating and not learning. The obstacles would be the ego in itself, okay? But overall, Side note though, some of you guys might have like a gag reflex or feel nauseated. I don't know if something is cring or somebody is like really is sick, or I don't know. It could be like, it is like flu season. So somebody, I don't know why that could be relevant. Like when you are planning a date or whatever, somebody's like, I can't see you because, I don't know. Be careful of like what you eat and, just stay healthy, okay? I don't know, because I feel like somebody is going to be nauseated, but I don't know if it's like health-wise, like in terms of food or just somebody's energy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this is like past tense or this is what took place. Listen, my spiritual gifts ever since I stopped taking certain medication for my lungs, it's been activated. I mean, personal story. I notice whenever I'm on medication, when it comes to my body, even like Advil, I would just say this: my body is so sensitive. I can't blend in or adapt to medicine made by man. Okay, that's why I'm always trying to eat holistic and stay away from me. Like, it's been like a few months, and the last time I had like egg was when I was working at a restaurant. That was last year. And the person that made the egg, gag reflex, it threw me off of egg. But the thing is, when I make my food, that's the thing as well. I can only eat my own food that I made with my own hands, which is also kind of odd. But I was thinking, it's protein, right? Tell me why. I'm thinking, now everything I need to get is like organic, like by choice. I can't eat egg anymore. I couldn't eat for a year. I tried it a few days ago. I still have the gag reflex, and it's been like a week. Okay, like I can eat it in small portions, but now I have this gag reflex of this egg situation, and they're not bad eggs. It's just that my body just can't adapt to eating animal protein anymore, and it sucks. Okay, because I really do love eggs, and when I do make them, or it's good, but now it's like I have to cross that off the list. I can't drink milk. It's stressful. Okay, now I'm used to being pescatarian, vegan, and so on, but I don't know. This might be relevant. Maybe it's not a health situation like that. Maybe it's just a sensitivity where somebody would just have a gag reflex. It could be food related because I'm mentioning eggs so much. Okay, maybe somebody needs to go vegan or be on a raw diet. Okay, or fasting. I don't know. First with the last initials. Okay. Somebody's name is Natasha, Natalia, Nalia, okay? Something about reels. Maybe you guys like to send a lot of reels to each other, a lot of memes, reels. IG could be relevant. There might be like something in the mail for you, like a postcard. I do see a lot of romance though. I will say that though, okay? I'm also tuning into being car sick. That could be relevant. That could be also why somebody might be nauseated. Layla could be relevant. The name. Somebody might have a meltdown or mental breakdown. I don't know if this took place or will take place. Something about your things. Okay, somebody might be like, go get your things. Okay. So there's definitely one person that's a leader and the one person that needs to be a follower. Going back to what I said about the fire signs, male or female, I would say this: if you're dealing with a fire sign in general, Aquarius, you could be watching for Aquarius, or Aquarius you're watching. Fire sign females are more dominant than fire sign males sometimes. Okay. What I've noticed, and I know I'm referencing pop culture like Taylor Swift and Janae Craig, and even Nicki Minaj. If you see them, they have their own thing. One thing about them though, they are not too keen about being controlled. Okay. That could also be relevant. Okay. So we're about to wrap it up. I know this reading wasn't giving sunshine and rainbows. Excuse my story time, because that's not how I do my messages. But at least you got, a little bit of like where you guys are heading, how they feel. the obstacles for new and past people. Okay, let's do a little timeline. Some of you guys will get married, others is gonna be a back and forth situation. Okay, but at least you know how they feel, what happened, and now you can move on in peace. Okay, number 3 could be relevant in terms of an action between you and them. Make it make sense. Number 4 or number 5, maybe before the 5th or after the 5th. Okay, before 3, 5. On that note, we're gonna wrap it up. Yeah. Okay. Somebody's definitely like thinking about you a lot by themselves, but I feel like because again with the impact, you do have a lot more power than you think when it comes to this person. So, collective, see you in the next one. And obviously, if you like this reading, go and check out the past one because it might be different messages, and I feel like it is. Okay.